too much. Boom, and we're live. Hello, everyone. So, um, I thought that this time I'm gonna do something a little different. Like, usually I do this TA recap, the weekly recap for all the gems and whatnot. But most of it really looks the same, kind of, except for a few coins. But this time I'm gonna do more of a market update in general. Maybe provide some thoughts about the current state. Maybe show some possible realistic scenarios that we could be looking at purely from a price action perspective. And maybe I'll even explain some price action principles, as I always do. All right, let's get into that. Um, First of all, let's talk about Bitcoin. So, when I look at this, everybody is super bearish, right? After we have lost this low, and rightfully so. I mean, there's a good point to be bearish about that. What's happening right now? Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a good reason to be bearish because of this, because this was kind of an important pivot, right? And I see many people talk about this level for the reason that eventually it will break. Um, so whenever you have some kind of support, in general, the more times it gets tested, the more buyers get absorbed, right? And that means that every time it touches that level actually gets weaker, which does make a lot of sense, of course. But also, I think it omits a very important thing, and that is that these demands are dynamic in time. And that means that even though the buyer amount might have been going down here, but it was still enough to push price up, there could be new buyers over here, during this time. I mean, look, how long has that been? It's been, wow, a lot. It's been a lot, like half a year, right? Are you telling me that after half a year, the market could not have restructured a little bit? I think it could. So, still, this is going to be a very important level. And even though it has been tested many times, it is still a very fair assumption to expect buyers to show up again. However, however, it does not matter anyway, because what we want to see is price interacting with this level, and eventually we want to see signs of reversal and then buying on confirmation if that happens. So we're not going to be buying these levels blindly, like catching a falling knife. It's too damn risky. And if you do that, whether you like it or not, you're gambling. You're just gambling. There's absolutely no edge in that whatsoever, and there's no way that you can build a long-time sustainable strategy around doing this. There simply isn't, because you cannot define your risk. Your position sizing gets all over the place, and it's just no, no, don't do that. So at least at least try to wait for some basic reversal signs. So here's what we want to do. Um, this level is currently of high interest to me, and I expect to interact with it, and I expect some shenanigans. Look, just like we had this level over here, right, which was the all-time high before, we had shenanigans here. What I mean by that is that we are simply going to maybe look really bullish around here and break into a new high just to trap the breakout traders and then take the liquidity and reverse it. And as you can see, it is above the all-time high, and it grabbed stuff, and it also created this whole pattern. This some kind of, I don't know what this is, wedging action. I don't care. It's simply a distribution pattern. And I expect something similar to happen over here. So maybe we go down here, we bounce a little bit and then maybe create, I don't know, wedge possibly, and then go back up. Or maybe we can create a triangle, perhaps. I mean, who knows? Many things can happen. Double bottom can happen, you know, lots of stuff can happen. But basically, here's another kind of interesting thought that I had about Bitcoin. Over here, we went up, right? This area has already been tested once, And here it got tested again. This is the high, this is the low. The reason I'm saying that is because we bounced here again. So we have two touch points on top, two touch points on the bottom. The reason I'm saying this is because maybe, even though Bitcoin has never done that in the history before, we might be having a ranging market. What I mean by that, of course, this is just speculation, but it's just to entertain your TA thoughts, I guess. What we could very well have is something like bouncing over here, going back up again, doing shenanigans, going back down, and just ranging in this entire zone. I don't know, it's just a funny thought. It could happen, and honestly, who cares if it happens, right? It's just what could be realistic. What is very important right now is, as I said, we want to see on the lower time frame how price interacts with these levels where we expect demand to show up. And the methodology, how we do that, is that we wait on the daily trend or the weekly trend to get to that level. Then we zoom in on a lower time frame. We wait for some kind of potential market structure change. What would that be right now? I would say that this level that got tested over here and then kind of consolidated around here is the one that is most important. And if we eventually want to do a break, we're gonna have to do something like this, and then we can be uh, retest buyers or maybe even break out of the retest structure buyers. But yeah, that's gonna take some time. At least, I don't know, a couple of days. Right now, the market is still very, very aggressively downtrending. You know, like the momentum is still huge. And what we want to see is some kind of deacceleration, some kind of signs that the sellers are not in complete control. Because if you are a buyer in such a market without any confirmation first, again, I said it before, you're just a gambler, nothing else. Maybe I think also the reason why this is happening so much, why these moves are so violent, and even more so in altcoins, is because when people eat these losses, they get very, very irrational, and they just want to make that money back. You know, they let emotions take over of their decisions. Rationality goes to the side, and they are just like, fuck, I lost so much money right now. I need to make it back somehow. So they just kind of start buying and then selling very quickly again because they're paper hands. And it's just these market conditions are extremely, extremely dangerous. And I would like to quote one thing that I have learned from Charlie Munger, who is a partner of Warren Buffett. He said one very interesting thing, I would say. Uh, if you don't know how to do something, I'm gonna apply this on trading. So what he would say about trading is, um, if at the current stage you don't know how to make money, try to invert the whole thing and do the opposite of what you shouldn't be doing. So what is it that you shouldn't be doing in order to not lose money? I hope this makes sense. Is to not be in dangerous market situations like this one, because this is like your Achilles thing, right? This is like your vulnerable place. If you expose yourself in a dangerous market like this, it's the easiest way for you to lose money. So the best thing you can do is just not do that. So that goes to my general advice when it comes to edge. Just know when you don't have your edge. Know when it is that you can make money, but also know when it is that you don't know how to make money. It's completely fine to be sidelined. And that would be my advice right now. Be sidelined if you're a buyer for quite a long time right now. Just chill on the side, learn something new, and wait for some bullish structure, some signs of life to print. That would be my best advice. And maybe that didn't sound the best, but I put that together somehow. Anyway, if we break this low, ooh la la, I think we're gonna be pretty fucked. If we break this low, we're probably gonna go down here, I'd expect, which is 20k. Big confluence over there with the all-time high here, with this nice demand block over here. I think we will definitely bounce here if we get there. So right now, as you can see, I have set up some alerts during these important levels, and I'm not gonna be doing anything until we reach those. Um, just kind of wondering if there's anything else I really want to talk about. Maybe the crypto total. Mm, the normal total. Where is it? Hello, hello? Hmm. Nope, I'm blind. I don't see it. Wow. Okay, I think I can do it like this. Yay, found it. Okay, well, when it comes to the crypto total, as you can see, it's almost the same as Bitcoin, right? So again, I'm gonna be watching mainly this level. So yeah, I didn't even have to search for that. That was pretty self-explanatory. Um, Besides Bitcoin, I think I probably want to look at one more chart, and that is GMX, because I like trading GMX. It's on Arbitrum, it's really fast, it's cheap, it's cool. I like GMX. So uh, I traded this whole up move really, really well, which motivated me to try and continue doing that. So right now, I'm waiting for a very simple thing to happen, and that is, first of all, for MAs to calm down a little bit and get back to the mean or whatever, because we are really, really far from the MAs. So I would expect some kind of, how can I draw here? Oof. Yeah, some kind of maybe distribution pattern around here, or some kind of ranging, who knows? Because these guys need to calm down a little bit. And eventually we're gonna form a structure. Right now it's the 40 level. If we go lower it could eventually become maybe the 30 level, who knows? But right now what I would like to see is eventually a break up and then the retest, and I would trade it again, just like it happened right over here. This is exactly the kind of stuff that we are looking for, and I'm just gonna show you. We have a downtrend, quite violent moves, you know, pretty decent big waves, and then eventually we get this wedge, right? And we break out of it, and then we buy the retest, and that's exactly what I did, and I hope some of you joined me. This was a beautiful, beautiful setup with enough time for the MAs to calm down a little bit, with a nice breakout on volume, not just taking out one pivot but several pivots to the upside, nice flagging return, and oh my god, this was just so sweet, so perfect. This is in general the stuff that we are going to be looking for, not just with GMX, but also with Bitcoin, with any altcoin, honestly. This is the setup. This is fucking money, okay? So keep an eye on those. But one final thought. This is gonna take fucking ages now to form, okay? So let's say, just look, this was the all-time high. From the all-time high to really get a setup, it took 42 days. 42 days. Wait, maybe even more. Sorry, I'm stupid. More actually. 48 days. So 48 days, a month and a half to get another good setup. And what I'm gonna tell you here is be patient. Wait for that. These setups happen, and when they happen, you want to be there and you want to enter and you want to bet accordingly. Okay? But do not buy stuff now just to get a quick, I don't know, 10, 20%, whatever it is you think you're gonna get. You're risking money. You're a gambler. Don't do that. Wait it out. We're eventually gonna get good shit. Okay, I hope this gives you a general idea. I hope this helps to understand the market a little better, maybe helps you navigate through it a little better. I wish you all the best of luck. In the end, this is all just money, and I believe we're all gonna make it, bro. So let's fucking go. See ya, guys. Bye.